welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by I Dunk My Balls in Soy Sauce. They say, Vince, if you have a small cock, Thank you.
What was that middle part?
I don't know. It sounded like it's a long scream.
Wait, was that in reference to the fact you can taste soy sauce in your nuts or some shit?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's a throwback.
Last podcast, we did talk extensively about, well, maybe you can taste the soy sauce if you dip your nuts in.
Was that 2 or 3 podcasts ago?
Listen, does it
No,
really
the
matter?
days are blending
I've been
together.
dunking my nuts in soy sauce ever since, and I ain't tasting anything. I don't know about you.
Someone should dip their nuts in gamer subs.
Someone should dip their nuts in GamerSubs, which, by the way, is also our sponsor. Go to gamersubs.gg and use code Misfits for 10% off. Energizing us for years.
Fun fact: we were over Ryan P's the other day, and we saw on Twitter a friend of ours, Goonan, was blasting his GamerSubs with a blowtorch, and it was turning the GamerSubs into small melted balls that would then solidify, and then he would pick them up and eat them like a little snack. And so I thought, like, whoa, we have to fucking try this. No, we have to fucking try this. So I asked Ryan, hey, can I borrow your blowtorch? And he goes, what for?
The dab blowtorch, right?
Yeah, the dab blowtorch, the one they use for the dabs. I go, can I borrow the dab blowtorch? He goes, what for? And I go, hey, I wanna try this thing that Goonan's trying out. And he goes, sure. So I get one of those like little cookie trays, and like a little baking sheet, and then I put a bunch of GamerSubs, different flavors, onto the tray, and then I blast it with the blowtorch, and believe it or not, it actually worked. It made these small little balls, and it melted it down.
Did they like form into the balls on their own? Like
Wait, really?
Yeah. So like the ones that melt come together, and then they like roll off of the powder, and then you just wait a little bit, you blow on it, and then you can pick it up and eat it.
But like,
I tried it.
Point? Does it like taste good or?
Oh, it tastes really, really strong, but it's like sour. Because it was the dragon fruit that I tried it with, and it was, you bite into it, you pucker your lips. You're like, ooh, this hits hard. But like, understandably, if you got a scoop of that shit and you melted it all down, we managed to mold them into like little tablets. I call them gamer drops. And then you pop it in your mouth, you suck on them, and then that's how you get your caffeine.
Wow. Wait, so I guess the caffeine still completely hits, right? Like in this form. Probably. You say one ball is like a scoop? It's probably a few scoops, no? Like,
a ball? No.
What's the size? We talking like gumdrop? We talking like little marble? Like what are we talking about?
It's a scoop's worth. Just melt it down, and then melt it down to the goo. You grab the goo, and it's still malleable. And then you press it into a pill.
Wow. So if you want to consume GamerSubs like a heroin addict, then go ahead and get your blowtorch and eat it up over a spoon. Why not?
Yeah. Otherwise, you can be like the rest of us and snort it.
Yeah.
Don't actually do that. Don't actually do that. Snort it, I mean. Feel free to melt it down with a blowtorch and munch on it. Different flavors yield differing results. I tried the newest flavor, which is yet to be released. I tried to burn it down, but it wouldn't work as well. If anything, it was just kind of scorching and burning it. But it still did taste okay. So, there you go.
Is it irresponsible in today's climate to say something as if it's true, even though you're joking, and then not acknowledge that it's a joke afterwards when you're on a podcast like this? Like, do we really have to clarify, like, every time we're joking about something? Because if we don't, that people will do it? You know what I mean?
I mean, we did a whole podcast where we talked about murdering someone.
Yeah, which I love.
That we actually did, though.
To me, like, the fact that you have to be like, by the way, that was a joke, kind of kills it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also, we know from being in this position that a lot of people just believe the things we say.
Yeah. We've made a lot of jokes that people believe.
It's really peculiar. And
also, I mean,
are we responsible for that, or like should we just be idiots?
The only reason I was clarifying that was a joke was because it concerns your sponsor.
Oh, I know.
But not the well-being of the fucking audience. That's not what you care about, right?
Oh, well, the well-being of the audience comes second to the happiness of the people that pay us. I was fucking around. That was a joke.
There's also the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin is the people. I mean, there's so many people that will believe all the jokes we say are true somehow. But then there's the other side of the people who don't believe the serious shit and assume everything's a joke.
Right.
Which I know there's also a lot of those as well.
Which I guess is the weirdness of like the slight parasocial relationship we're in, where they know some of who we are and some of our ideas, but they don't know all of them, and they don't like really know for sure because they don't actually fucking, they haven't actually met us. Most of these people, interesting. Yeah. But man, that whole trans joke, that was the best one of last year for sure.
I get people coming into my stream and asking me, they go, is that a bit? It's a bit, right? So you think I made a bit for a whole year? That would be so fucking
That's
commitment.
Yeah.
That's commitment to a week of grade.
Could you imagine if I said it was a joke after a year?
You should go the whole wait until you have the surgery and then say it was all a bit. It's all a bit.
I can see it because leading up until you actually came out, like in my videos especially, there were a lot of jokes about your sexuality and the fact that you're ambiguous and all these whatever, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
I can kind of get it. Especially, you never know when an audience member is commenting how much they've consumed. Like maybe they've just hopped in one episode, maybe they've been following for years. Like you just don't know. Maybe they're joking by being a joke, So
oh my god,
maybe the best thing to do is just not to read anything.
I like that.
Oh my god, you got it.
I can't read anyway. I lost that ability when I started taking hormones.
Yeah, also your ability to drive, apparently.
It's seriously impaired. Cocaine.
That's insane. Toby,
Cocaine
this is a half joking question, but I just want to lay it down for you. Would you consider getting a mold made of your penis?
So I can go fuck myself?
Well, not even that, but more so just to be like, to have it after your surgery, be like, oh, if you ever wondered what my cock looked like, here it is. There's a dick.
I mean,
and you can also make multiple of them.
Sell them on eBay.
Yeah, you could literally sell them.
Dude, big brain.
Yeah, well, there's also the other side of, when they're making a vagina, they don't use the balls. So I'm gonna have two balls. We could gold plate them and sell them.
Dude, you're gonna be able to
charity.
Are you gonna be able to keep your testy?
I don't know. I feel like if you asked, they'd maybe let you.
Dude, they have to. It's yours.
Surely you make
your property.
Gold plate it, make it into a necklace.
Dude, a chain, diamonds on it.
In Australia, there's those metal kangaroo balls that people put on the back of their truck. Do that, but with your actual balls. The spray painted chrome. Piggybacking on Suaga's question from before, I also wonder, let's say you've transitioned fully. It's the thing of the past, the fact that you used to be male. It's a few years in the future. Would you be comfortable being here's a picture of my penis, this is what I used to have? Would you ever, or is that always not with social media, but with close friends? Not that I want to see your cock. It's just I just wonder
kind of seems like you
level for you.
Kind of seems like you want to see my cock.
What would the relationship?
Well, I would want to see it before it's gone, right?
Yeah, surely give us all a little sauce once.
Yeah, dude. You kind of want to, I feel like you owe us. Is all I'm saying.
For the boys.
I think I would be more likely to show someone a mold of it than an actual photo of it.
That's fair enough.
No, I mean, we want to see the actual thing before it's gone. The day
I'll
of.
give you all a dildo, like me and Mel Kofic gave us.
Yes.
That'd be pretty sick. I just thought it would be a funny idea, just in memoriam, like a plaque.
Yeah,
like a tombstone.
Yeah, it would be pretty funny.
You just make it into a suction cup and stick it on your wall somewhere with a plaque beneath it saying, "Their lies."
We fucking throw it. We can try to throw it onto the roof of the office, see if it sticks.
Just put it right next to your fucking YouTube plaques and everything.
I guess once you make the mold, you can also just mass produce your cock.
Yeah,
it's true. You can do it out of metal. You can do it out of silicon.
It'll be my first merch piece.
There you go. It's like a bonus.
But the best thing is you could sell it as a combo where it comes with a fleshlight and a dildo, right? And then they can come with the dildo in the fleshlight, so it's a little, saving space.
It's like a capper.
You use the word "come." You meant in the mail.
Yeah,
come in the mail.
I meant in the mail. Yeah.
You guys ever come in the mail?
I come on the mail.
On the mail. Yeah, just before opening it. Yeah. Yeah, just so that my.
What, you guys don't
roommates
come
would-
in males?
Ah, I get the joke now.
I come in boxes.
Mm.
I come in buckets. Anyway.
Do you ever wash the buckets?
No, I give them to the poor.
Before you enjoy this episode, one thought on something your teeth can enjoy. That's right, your teeth. One up your brushing game with Philips One by Sonic Care, the new electric toothbrush that cleans your teeth better for a brighter, whiter smile. It's sleek and comes with a portable case if you manage to get out of the house or take a road trip. Choose your one. Explore more at philips.com/one.
To the poor. We
okay.
had a well, for one thing, as we mentioned last podcast, here in Melbourne, the coronavirus situation is a lot better. It's actually our 7th day with no cases in a row, so that's
Is it 7 now? It's a whole week?
a whole week of no new case days here in Victoria, Australia, which is honestly
Feels good,
unbelievable.
man.
Honestly unbelievable. Can't believe that this city and the state beat this thing. But what's great about it is that it's meant that we can actually leave the house a little bit more now and fucking, you know,
Go
we actually have
outside.
some content. Like me and Swagger went to dinner a couple nights ago.
Yeah, 2
When we
nights
start
ago.
with that evening, like what? I'm struggling to remember like everything that happened.
We ended up going to a restaurant, some Asian restaurant. Ryan P was there. He invited us out to a dinner just to talk over a couple important things. And
That's right.
then, you know, he did the Ryan P order, which I haven't experienced in months now, 4 or 5 months. So it was like a fucking buffet of all this Asian food coming out onto the fucking table. I was stuffed by like the end of appetizers. I was like, I can't fucking eat anymore. And then he goes, oh, well, lucky for you, we have weed. And so he passes this grinder and a bag of weed and papers over to Manuel, who's sitting right next to him. Manuel is his personal assistant. And so he's just grinding it under the table while like waiters are coming by and all that shit. And he's rolling a joint. He rolls 2. And then before entrees come out, we're like, all right, let's go outside. Let's smoke or whatever. So we go outside. We're hitting this joint. We're bullshitting. And then this, I'm pretty sure it was like a homeless guy, right? They came around.
We don't know if he was homeless, but he certainly had the appearance of being a bit of a wanderer.
He was disheveled. He had a really bad stutter. Yeah, his name was Paul. And he just this guy that we've never seen before or talked to comes around. He walks past us, and then he perks his head up and looks around and looks at us, and then he goes, "Are you guys smoking weed?" And we're like, "Yeah, mate. You want some? You want some, mate?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll have a bit. I'll have a little bit." And so we give him the joint. We're like, "That's yours." Like don't even bother passing that around. Like just have it. It's yours. It's fine. And then he goes, he's like going to shake everybody's hand, and people are just kind of like COVID, whatever. Fitz just fucking.
I don't know. I just like, when I met, he was a nice man. He extended his hand. I was like, I'm going to shake his hand. But then as soon as I did, I was like, oh, what if I have coronavirus now? What if I am now patient 0?
No.
Yeah, the new one.
But don't worry. I wash my hands afterwards. It's fine.
Right to the hand sanitizer. But he was just around and asking us a bunch of questions, and
it's quite hard to understand. He was honestly quite a nice guy. I think. He at the end it was just me, Ryan, and Sam sort of still smoking, and he was having a conversation, and Ryan was like trying to talk to him, but I think he had something going on. I forget. He actually mentioned to Ryan, I forget what
car
it was.
accident.
Was it a car accident? Yeah, something happened. So he's now got a stutter. Like his speech was seriously impaired. Memory seems really bad as well. Like he would just forget what you were saying to him, like while you were saying it to him, that sort of thing. So it's kind of sad, honestly. Like you got to wonder how many people just get unlucky, get in the car accident, have like serious brain problems, and then like they just are cast aside from whatever position they were in. Like whatever job you have is now gone, and now you're just kind of like wandering the street. So kind of feel bad. But we had a chat with him. We fucking stood around and smoked the rest of the joint, and honestly, he just seemed happy to just be yawning with some people and like being treated like a person. He was honestly a pretty nice guy. But eventually we kind of had to like go back inside and continue our dinner, which is, I guess, a stark contrast to his reality, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But what are we gonna do? Kind of dot Paul, unfortunately. But I wish him the best.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So after we concluded with dinner, we ended up like let's go back to Ryan's house. I think it was for like a game of poker, and so we get up, we leave the restaurant, like we're walking down the street. Chad, anything for views, was there, and he's like, "Oh, let me go to my car. I'll show you this car." I think he like just got it, didn't he? It's like one of those
I've had
fucking
that for a while. It's a little cube.
yeah,
he's had it for a
car.
while. It's this little funny car that he apparently intends on like fixing up and wrapping and getting work done on it.
And so
Put a fucking Minecraft dirt block wrap on there.
I go to the bathroom, so I missed like the start of it. So you go ahead and tell if it's.
I missed the start of it too. All I know is I was leaving the restaurant, and then from around the corner, I just hear like, "What the fuck happened to my car?" Like Chad just screaming.
No way.
Kind of like around the corner, and Chad's just sort of like standing there, like with his hands up, like making a scene. We're like, "What the hell's going on?" We're getting closer, and then I just hear like people laughing and pointing at his car, and the entire front of his car is just like unhinged and like on the ground. And so, like someone just reversed into his car and then took off without leaving a note or anything.
No.
What a dick
This
move.
car- It was a dick move, and I felt bad for Chad, but it was also so funny because this car just looks hilarious on its own. Like, Matt, do you actually know what maybe we should?
Yeah, it was, I think it was a Nissan Cube.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Oh, well, there it
Fucking
is.
You have to
We might have
probably
to blur
blur
that.
out there.
Last
Yeah.
clip, but yeah, it's like this white
That's so funny.
looking car, fucking bumper just like unhinged.
It looks even more retarded.
And we're trying to fix it and like put it back on, but it's just not working. And eventually we realize that Chad just has to drive home without a bumper. So we fucking like unscrewed the license plate and took it off. And
They ripped it off the car.
Oh my god.
the entire front of it does just come off. The car now looks like it's from Borat or something like that, or Mr. Bean.
It's fucked up.
Oh my
And,
god.
And like I get in the car with Chad, just the two of us, and like, I'm holding the license plate like in front of me for the entire ride home, just like and, like playing the song. It's the catch-up song that hey, they're like blasting this and driving down the street, holding up this license plate with no front on the thing. It was very
No
funny.
way.
So dumb.
Poor Chad.
Poor Chad, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be alright.
Yeah, took the front of it home in the van, I think, and then got to Ryan's, and Ryan makes an even bigger point of it by ramming this massive people moving van we have into the back of Chad's car, which is now popped.
It was like 3 times.
Well,
He
not to break
actually,
it, but just have to nudge it. Like, just
yeah, he
fucking
hit
with
it, but like backed up, hit it again, and then he like put some pressure on the gas, and he actually ended up moving the car, like maybe like a good half a meter.
Yeah,
That was pretty funny.
It was funny.
Pretty good.
But yeah,
We ended up going.
Yeah.
What you're saying?
Well, no, we ended up going where? We just chilled at home, didn't we?
Yeah,
And
well,
then-
we went into Ryan's house, and Ryan has these 2 French bulldogs. He has Slime and Pepsi. Neither of them, at this current point in time, are desexed. Slime is coming up on a year old. They were waiting to get both of them done at the same time so that one dog doesn't bother the other while the other's trying to recover, which I can understand.
Yeah.
But it's getting to a point where now the dogs are kind of like sexually maturing.
Hello, and welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Please Help Update. He says, started listening to you guys 2 weeks ago. Up to date now. I have no life. Keep it up. And then there's just a crying emoji and an emoji that looks almost as if it's a high person. So I mean that's.
Is it the one where it's like the mouth is like ooh?
No, it's kind of like a satisfied, like just ate a nice meal at the kind of.
Oh, that's like a.
How you going, guys? Just slide in here before the show begins to deliver a quick announcement. Spotify have decided to give us more money. They're basically in love with us. I mean, we've been together for the past year, so I guess it kind of makes sense. It's getting pretty serious. But anyway, basically the situation is that the audio version of the podcast will now be released exclusively on Spotify, so you can't listen to it anywhere else. And the video version will be released on Spotify 1 week before it comes out on YouTube. So on Spotify, it's out a week before it's out on YouTube. So if you want these episodes fresh, Spotify is the place to go. In all seriousness, I don't know if this podcast would be able to exist without Spotify's support, and we are all so thrilled to be partnering with them. We're thrilled to be partnering with them again. Be sure to follow the Misfits on Spotify to get new episodes in your library early. The podcast is free to listen to on Spotify. There's no change to ads, and you'll get early access to video episodes and bonus content. Listen and watch new episodes of the Misfits every Tuesday, only on Spotify. They made me say that. Enjoy the show. Kia ora. Welcome to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Caramel Sharon. He or she says, "These nuts, haha, got them." What do you say about that, friends?
I believe it is supposed to be pronounced D's nuts.
That's silly. That's not a word.
Gotti.
What is this tomfoolery?
Well, D's implying to a slur type way of saying these.
Slur. So it's offensive then.
No, we're starting off.
Yeah, D's is
Am I going
offensive.
to get cancelled again?
Jeez.
Yeah, you shouldn't read things without Googling them first.
Oh,
How do we all feel about the fact that that meme is actually copyrighted on YouTube?
what?
These nuts.
These nuts, ha, got him, is actually copyrighted. You can't use it.
That makes me kind of angry.
That's
It
just
does, it makes me
crazy.
angry. How can you copyright memes?
Is it the guy who said these nuts got him?
I would say probably that like someone's been like, a big company's been like, oh, that's a good meme. People are going to use that. We're going to make money off that. So,
Right.
Well,
You could name your nut company D's nuts.
yeah.
And then you could
That's
copyright
actually
it.
genius.
I guess you could copyright the word if used on shirts and shit, but I think with the actual audio, I talked to a guy that went viral on Vine like years and years ago. I don't want to name him because I don't know, but basically, he had a very viral clip, and it was being posted all over the place, and like the clip itself was being parodied. And he told me that a company reached out to him and said, "Hey, like we can put this on like the copyright system on YouTube, and we can just claim all of it for you, and we can give you like 90% of the revenue." He was like, "Fuck yeah!" And he made a fuck ton of money. So imagine that company probably goes around to
Yeah,
like every
100%.
big meme
Yeah.
that gets put in videos and shit, and just the audio clip, and they just claim everything.
Wait, does
Makes
that mean
sense.
we need to censor the
I'm
thing
not
that shall not be
sure.
Are we
named?
going to get no money from this podcast now because we said...
These nuts.
These nuts.
Shit, you've said it just like him now. We're absolutely fucked. Jay's here.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? I like glitched. I didn't
Low
know
confidence Jay's here. Swagger's here.
How are you?
So, Toby's here.
I'm here.
Matt's here.
Hello.
And Mason's here too.
Hello.
Welcome to the Low T podcast. We have no testosterone.
It's true.
That we do.
But you know who does? Those fighters we just watched just a few minutes
Yeah.
before upstairs. We
Yeah.
watched the Conor McGregor fight just now, and it was boring.
It was pretty
Come on,
boring. I'm
dude.
not
Nah,
gonna
it was a
lie.
good fight.
Come
It was a good
on.
fight. It was a good
No,
fight.
no,
It
You
was a good
can't,
fight.
dude. Fighting is such an art.
It is
so
an art.
Primal,
It's
it's
primal.
primal.
It's
Martial
practically
art.
cavemen locked in
Yeah.
a cage.
Nah, you're right. I'm just taking the piss. It was actually quite an entertaining fight.
I like the guy that did the backflip.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
before that was I forget. Michael.
Michael Chandler.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He beat the
it was Michael
hooker.
Chandler.
McGregor was going strong.
Yeah.
Who was he fighting? I've already forgotten his name.
Dustin
Dustin.
Poirier or
Poirier.
something.
Yeah.
American boy.
And he's just
He did well.
He started strong. He started punching him in the head, and then fucking knocked
Neck
him
a
back
minute.
a bit, and then the guy just punched him back, and then that was it.
That's it. McGregor was down. I mean, they're both the same age though. So
Yeah,
I was gonna
Same
say
it was very
same
balanced.
weight.
It was an even fight.
They were like the same height and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, he had like 2 extra inches on his reach, but like they're
Yeah.
like the same. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like any of us know what we're talking about.
know.
Mason,
No.
Mason probably knows a little
Like
bit.
slightly.
Slightly,
I
you
don't,
do
I
some
don't follow
fighting.
MMA.
Yeah.
Like
But
Muay Thai.
How did we used to fight saber-toothed tigers?
well,
did that work?
Spears.
you did that.
I did that.
How
Yeah.
did you used to do that?
Like bow and arrows and stuff.
Oh yeah, from a distance.
Yeah, from a distance. Like
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you don't want to be like up in their face because they'll just bite you with their big teeth.
Why don't they just do that with MMA?
Yeah, they should use bow and arrows.
Yeah, it's
I feel
just-
like that would just like make it way easier.
Just crossbows
Yeah.
in the
Dude,
ring.
Why don't they use guns?
They shoot the bow and arrow and it goes through the chain link fence and the other guy just fucking hits Dana White.
Yeah. What I don't like about MMA is that it's too confusing. There's too many people throwing punches at the same time. It needs like a turn-based combat system like
Like
RuneScape.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Like a damage bar.
Like
Yeah.
every tick. It's just
God.
like, yeah.
It's too fast-paced, man.
See
I
the
don't
people
know.
standing around putting bets on that shit.
Just staking, bro.
Staking.
Staking.
That's a staking.
However,
When do you reckon the day will be when we have like proper robot fights in a ring.
I mean, there
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
already have
yeah,
that
they-
shit?
There was what the fuck they used to call it? Battle bots.
Oh,
They were
yes.
like,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
like
like-
little remote control
battle
cars.
No,
man.
dude. it-
You're
like,
talking about like that movie Full Steel or whatever it's called.
I don't
What's
know
that
what
one?
it's called.
Real
You-
Steel.
yeah,
Steel.
you want the
With the
shit
guys
where-
that control it.
Yeah.
That's a
I've
sick
seen
movie.
highlights of it.
They
Yeah.
could probably
probably
they
do
could
that.
totally probably do that, but it kind of takes the fun out of it because like the whole like reason why people like to watch like those fights, like people beating the shit out of each other, is because they love it when blood is drawn. They love it when they see like brains rattling in other people's skulls.
Yeah, but like metal flying off and shit.
Oil
like,
splattering.
yeah, it's
circuit
really
boards
cool,
exposed.
but it's also it's more expensive to build, maintain, and repair those robots than it is for
Then it
a
is to
fucking.
pay an UFC
Yeah.
fighter $50 million.
Yeah, I don't know. If, I
Oh,
don't know if
no,
that's
no,
exactly.
It's true.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to
But
pay the
don't you
fighters.
think it takes away from like the art, of like the whole martial art thing?
No, they can coexist, right?
What's a better
I guess they
movie,
could.
Tekken or Transformers?
I've never seen Tekken, but I've seen Transformers. But which one?
I reckon Transformers.
which Transformers movie? With
Which
the one with
one?
Shia
All of them,
LaBeouf?
they're all good.
Oh yeah, and why is that?
Because it's just fucking robots punching on. It's hectic.
Transformers, it was kind of hectic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like they all turn into different machines and shit.
Cars and
Like
planes.
planes, yeah.
Are they still making that franchise? Are there still Transformers movies
Surely
coming
not.
out?
Nah, they had to have
Fuck,
finished.
dude, I don't
They had to
know.
have.
Who knows?
What a fucking weird concept. Robots from another planet that turn into cars. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That is pretty weird.
They're like, how do we, like, there was just some guy who was like, oh, I have an idea for a toy. It's a robot that turns into a car. How do we market it? Let's make an entire franchise where that happens. Oh, what's their origin story? Yeah, they're from another planet.
Wait, what did they turn into when they were at their planet?
Cars.
Would they still have cars?
I
They
think
have
so.
roads or
I don't know. I'm not 8 years old, so I'm not caught up on the Transformers lore. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
But this makes no sense because why would a robot need a car if it can turn itself into a car?
Exactly.
The way they turn into the car is they like scan a car and then they become that car.
Really?
So
I thought they were like
Why would-
predetermined.
I thought it was predetermined.
no, when they like in the first movie when they land, they like see like Optimus sees a truck and then becomes that truck.
And they do it to fit in, right? To blend
Yeah.
in.
Oh.
So like, what did they fucking turn into on their home planet? Did they just
alien
make
cars.
cars so they could turn into
I
them?
think they were just robots back there.
Yeah.
I don't think they turned into anything.
They were just weird naked robots.
Weird naked robots having
Ima-
pinky space
Weird
sex.
robot
Imagine,
sex.
imagine a transformer like crashes through the roof of like a porn studio and it sees a fucking machine. It's like, I gotta blend in.
Just Optimus Prime becomes a Hitachi wand, just rolling down the street. Oh man.
my
Oh fuck.
Let's make that movie happen.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably-
It probably is a thing,
dude.
yeah.
I'll call me a Malkova. See how that goes.
Oh man, how are we guys? How we doing?
I'm
Not
good.
too bad. Pretty hot. Pretty hot.
It is
Pretty
very
fucking
hot in Australia right now. Very hot. Mason and I have just come back from a little adventure to Adelaide.
Right,
which
how'd
was
that
good
go?
fun.
It was,
Yeah.
it was very last, like, well, all our trips are last minute, but it was more like an unplanned
I was
adventure.
in the middle of stream, similar to
Yeah.
your situation with the snow. I'm just
Mhm.
enjoying myself. Ryan calls me. He's like, "Hey, we're going to Adelaide, man." I'm like, "What?"
No, he didn't tell you where you were going
Oh
at
well,
first.
yeah.
He was like, "Oh, we're going somewhere. You want to come?"
yeah.
Right?
And I was like, "Do I have to?" And he's like, "Yes." And essentially, I really didn't have to, but nonetheless, it was enjoyable.
And he told you it was like 2 hours away, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he said it was like. I was like, "Man, as long as it's not 5 hours away." Like,
Wait, 2 hours? Adelaide's 2
It was
hours.
a lie.
Nah,
It was a
nah.
lie.
I was like, "Bro, it can't be
bro.
5 hours away. Like, I don't want to go." And he's like, "No, it's not. It's not. It's not."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they came to Geelong.
Well,
and
they picked me up first. I was called it the same day. I kind of knew that Ryan was going to Adelaide. I still didn't know if I wanted to come, but he sweet talked me, gave me the puppy dog eyes. I was like, fine, I'll come to
Yeah.
Adelaide. So they got me. They got Chad, Mitchell, Peckett, Darcy, a few other people. Nick was there. Kind of a little ragtag team, and we all got in the big old van that Ryan has, which is basically just gutted out, 4 seats, 2 love sacks in the back, completely unsafe. All gather each other up. I was really low energy, but Chad was fucking on one because he's trying to film a vlog. He was actually like on meth pretty much. But he was on Adderall, so it's basically on meth.
Yeah.
He was like wide-eyed, trying to get content, pretending to be a pirate and shit.
Is Chad still on the pirate roleplay?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. We were on the way to pick up Masons. He was just fucking,
Oh,
so
well,
we were
you didn't
singing.
pick me up. I had to get an Uber there, mate.
Well, no, yeah, true. But we went out to Geelong to come grab you, and
I
on the
just
way
lived down the road.
on the way we were singing sea shanties and the like. I was so low energy. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that I'm about to commit to this fucking 9-hour journey, which is how long it takes to get to Adelaide.
That's fucked.
We go to Geelong. Immediately, we get recognized a bunch in Geelong just getting out of the van. For some reason, kids in Geelong just know who we are, especially you.
Well,
like,
no one saw me that night, but you know, I get like drinks bought for me and shit in town, which is pretty pog.
Yeah, just like everyone was just super friendly there. We grabbed.
Geelong is a nice place, man. Although it is meth head capital, it's it's a nice place.
Doesn't Geelong have one of the best schools in Australia or something? But it's like Geelong High or something is like...
That's the one I went to. Well, they're doing
Is it like a private school there?
No, it's public.
Well, I think it's like one of the...
Probably one of the best public schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
They're doing like a $2 million renovation at the moment.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they got it given by the government or something.
Elon Musk is making a huge battery network in Geelong.
Really?
Yeah, so
What Elon's making?
yeah, Elon is doing like those giant battery networks that he did in I think it was Vegas or whatever, but he's doing the same thing in Geelong.
What the
So
fuck?
there's
That's
going to be
so
a huge power
That's pretty
grid.
random.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
Fucking Battery City.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we weren't really exactly charged up and ready to go now, were we?
Okay.
Good pun, very punny.
We get in the van. Mason finds out that we're not actually driving 2 hours away. It's a fucking 9-hour journey.
Yeah.
And you're kind of...
What was your reaction?
I was like, well, I mean, I kind of knew because I subtly heard about it the night we went to Crown.
Yeah.
So it was like in the back of my mind. But when I found out, I was like, I kind of already knew that. Wait, it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
Fuck this. And I was just like,
Jumps out of the
You were
van.
on the fence, but you bought some piss, so you had some drinks.
yeah, I had like 8 10
Sleep
drinks.
juice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sleep juice.
That kind of mellowed you out a little bit.
Yeah, it helps with the ride for sure. Yeah.
Anyway, we get in the van. I'm smoking lots of weed on the back.
Chad's driving.
Oh, Chad is driving very, very
What the
fast.
fuck?
You know, we're trying to make good
Scary.
time. I'm on the back on these big love sack bean bags, just fucking bouncing up and down. Every time I do this, I think this is so stupid. I could probably die. Like if we crash, I'm
Yeah.
fucked. But I was chilling.
Chad was being an absolute dickhead on the road.
He was going like 150.
He was swerving,
shit.
fucking going 150. He turned the lights off at one point. I was like, what
Oh,
the
so it was
fuck?
at night?
Yeah,
Yeah,
night.
it was at night. So the
Nice.
roads were pretty empty, and you know, for the most part,
yeah, it was
straight.
like it
but
was like halfway through Adelaide in the fucking wilderness.
he didn't actually put anyone in that severe danger, but it sure as hell felt like it when you were in there.
Well, he was sober. It's not like he was fucked up.
Yeah. But man, this was a long ass ride, man. Like for most of it, I was just spending my time curled up in a ball trying to get some fucking sleep. But eventually we get there, we cross the border, we pull into Adelaide at what, 6 in the morning?
Yeah, 6.
Immediately, we were staying at a hotel, we crash, we wake up. What else happened on the trip? We meet up with Raka Raka for dinner that night.
Yeah,
How was
we
that?
got
Sick.
we
That
got
was really
super
good.
Fucked up. We
I got so fucked up.
Yeah, dude. Cam was sculling wines and shit.
Oh,
like,
nice.
fuck.
Chad was just like, drink this, and like
Yeah.
forcing him to
Alright.
fucking scull it. And then we had like, dude, there was like this. Me and Peckett needed to go to the toilet. We went in, and like I've never fucking had this before, but there was the most. Like, it was pretty bad, the smell.
It was
in there.
rancid.
It was fucked.
Why, in the bathroom?
in
What,
the
like, just, like,
toilet, in the
shit,
men's
or-
bathroom, it was like lingering, and it was there for like 2 hours, like the whole time.
Well, you
Yeah.
told me to go up there at the start of the night, and I thought that you just took a shit and wanted me to smell it. I
No.
was like, all right, good bit. Steaks in there, very funny. I go back in like 3 minutes later, it still smells like
Yeah, I
rancid.
went in with Peckett and like pull my cock out. I'm like, nah, turn around, leave. Fuck
What
that.
His
was
cock
it?
was actually still out when he left, so
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, put that away.
Did you figure out what the smell was?
We
or-
asked
It
them,
was
they were like,
someone took a shit.
we asked the waitress, and she was like, toilet smell, get over it.
Wait, that's what she said?
more or less.
What
along
the
those
fuck? Someone did a
lines.
rank shit.
I
don't
think
know
the plumbing
what,
was
I don't know
busted.
what he must have eaten.
The point is, we sunk many drinks. Our lawyer was actually there, and I got into an intense drink off with him.
That's
I
so
don't-
funny.
I hadn't been this drunk in a very long time. The fun thing about Adelaide, beautiful state by the way, very green, lots of trees everywhere. They have these rentable scooters, like
Oh,
electric
yeah.
scooters, which is what we kind of used to get around. So after dinner, very fun dinner, lots of levity, lots of fun. We get on the scooters and drive back to the hotel, just fucking wasted.
Yeah.
I was on the
dude.
back of Peckett's, just screaming at people like, "We're on a fucking scooter, come!" Like,
and that was,
apparently, I can't remember this myself. But
yeah, it was interesting for sure.
get back to the hotel, chilling, having some drinks, smoking some weed. I'm on your balcony. We're kind of sitting outside, remember, on that table.
I was definitely not on your level. You
No,
were
I was
fucked up.
I hadn't been this drunk in ages, man.
Yeah.
I was drinking other people's drinks for them the entire
Holy
night. That's the
shit.
problem.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and pretty quickly I realized, oh, I'm not really in great shape. I could tell this because I was sitting down like on the table like this. I kept trying to like sit up straight and just be sober, but it was so turbulent, even just
It's
to
like
adjust my
that
body.
feeling when you lift yourself up.
And eventually, of course, I realized that I have to vomit, and I simply turned to my left and just spew all over Mason's balcony on the hotel.
Went for a good like 2 minutes.
It was a steady stream. sort
Yeah.
of releasing
It was
the valve.
pink.
It was, well, probably.
It was from the red wine, maybe.
I don't think I've
know.
ever seen Fitz throw up.
I very rarely do throw up, but I'll tell you what, every time I do throw up, it's when I'm staying at a fucking hotel. That's why. Blind drunk. I don't know what else you got up to that night, but I just went straight up to my room,
nah,
sat on my bed,
I just kept-
vomited by my bedside on the carpet, and then rolled over and went
Oh
to
my
sleep.
god.
I just kept drinking.
so-
How did that get cleaned up?
The next day, man, I just slept with it there. I puked by my bedstand. I was so drunk that I couldn't possibly even transported myself to the bathroom.
Holy fuck.
It was not a responsible level
Yeah.
of intoxicated to be.
Hotels need like a stretcher service. Which fucked up.
I can't even remember how I got up to the room, but I
Scooted up.
I slept off. You, however, stayed downstairs with everyone. And Ryan, ordered a bunch of room service? What happened?
He ordered like fucking 4 steaks, bloody
Room service is OP.
peas and shit,
He
broccoli.
didn't just order steaks. Didn't he order them blue as well?
Yeah, and
fucking
like
why?
Blue means like barely cooked. Like it's still blue in the
Is it
center.
like a hair dryer and like, it's good enough.
It's like just, it's like nothing.
and we
Nothing.
were all fucked up in our room, and it just had to be mine and Darcy's room, didn't it?
Yeah.
And
God damn.
Brian was just throwing peas at Darcy and just making
Oh,
a mess.
god damn it.
Chad was
Fuck us.
eating pasta, just fucked.
Yeah,
Watching
yeah.
World of Warcraft videos or whatever.
Pretty sure Danny, one of the Rucka Rucka guys, I think they both came that night.
Yeah, they
but
did, they
Yeah,
did, they did.
Yeah, they were pretty fucked up too.
Yeah, they're legends. They're such good fun.
Oh, they're such good energy. It's crazy seeing like twins be on
Yeah.
such a like almost the
Yeah,
same
same
wavelength.
wavelength.
They're like little cartoon characters. The
Oh,
two
they
of them,
are,
bro.
dude. They like have the same pitch and like
Yeah.
they just do everything at the same time.
That's funny as hell.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our first night.
How many nights did you stay total? It was 3, 4?
3.
Yeah. It was well, actually, I think it was only 2, but it felt like 3 because we got in at 6 in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah,
So we
right.
slept and then had this dinner, slept again. Next day, we kind of just chilled. We went in the pool, went in the sauna, sweated out all the liquor. And then that dinner, I mean, we were pretty dead, but like we had dinner on the balcony again. Josh Stubbs showed up.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, good to see Josh. Yeah, I mean, Danny came again. It was a pretty chill evening. Not really too much happened. I went to the casino with Chad and Danny and Josh. Josh came as well. I really didn't feel like going. I fucking hate the casino, but I went because Chad's an addict and I wanted to be a good
Wanted to
friend.
support him.
Wanted to support him. I went in with $500. I left with 900. Was pretty happy with that. Played a bit of
Nice.
blackjack.
Nice.
We slept. The next day is the day that we're supposed to be heading home. This is kind of where, I guess the crux.
The falling out starts.
Yeah.
Falling
So the
out.
van stinks.
I don't know what that even means.
The van was so rancid after the journey down. Like we had Macca's in there. There were like spilt drinks. The van is just in an absolute state. It stunk as well.
We like had to take it to one of those washing joints, like
Yeah.
where they wash the fuck out of it,
Right.
and we take it there, and it's like this. I don't know what it was called, but it's like $30 for a
Yeah.
light wash, medium wash, and then there's like the super wash.
Is that so? So that's for the interior.
yeah, and the
all
exterior. They did
and-
everything. They
and
cleaned the
did
love
everything,
sacks too.
Yeah.
The van was in a state though. Like we were staying at quite a nice hotel. It was quite fancy, right?
Yeah.
And we we're pulling up in this ridiculous big van. You know how
Yeah.
when you reverse, it beeps really
Yeah.
loudly.
Horrible.
Like we're just an absolute scene stumbling out of this thing, and like we're not only that, we're dropping it off to the valet, so they have to get in and drive the stinky fucking van as well. So we're like, okay, we have to get this thing cleaned.
Yeah.
Get it cleaned. It takes like 4 hours. We spend the day in town just getting brekkie and just kind of chilling, and then
Chad gave the guy $700.
Really? To clean it?
for like $150.
it was a bit of a job, mate.
Yeah, but the question is though, were they the ones who fucked it up?
Okay, yeah, because what happened
Oh,
is
no, what happened?
we're trying to leave Adelaide and drive home, and we're driving out, and we're heading into the Adelaide Hills, and Ryan notices that the engine light's flicking, and that the van's not really going that fast. So he turns, for some reason, into a mountain road and goes up a hill,
Yeah.
drives all the way like up
Oh,
a hill,
no.
and then it's like, oh no, the van's fucked. We need to call roadside assistance.
It was in limp mode.
It was in limp mode, so it was
Yeah.
only going like 60 Ks.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking hot. What was it, like 5 p.m.? The sun's still
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
high in the sky. We're on the side of a mountain with no shade, just heating up. I think the main problem is that the van was just fucking overheating.
Yeah.
But the van breaks down, and we're like trying to get home that night. We're trying to not arrive at 6 a.m. like last time because it sucks driving through the night. And Ryan has to sit on the side of the road for like, how long were we stranded for? Like 2 hours?
2.5.
Jesus.
Probably.
2.5
Yeah.
hours. This is on the phone to,
Fucking hell.
the for roadside assistance. So we're kind of bored. And Danny starts looking on his phone and is like, oh, there's a geocache like 300 meters down the hill. You know, like geocaches where it's like an app where I actually have never done them before, but I believe it's like people hide little like boxes or little, I don't know, little things, little caches in the wild. And then they like a little thing in on the app there's like a thing that shows you where it is, and like it's your mission to go find them. It's like a little thing people do for a hobby. You find it and maybe you like leave something else there for the next person, right?
Sometimes they'll have little bits of paper and you can write your name on it, and then it'll like show how many people have found it and stuff like that.
So we're on the side of this mountain in the blistering hot Adelaide weather. Must have been like 35, some shit like that. And Danny's like, oh, there's one like 300 meters down the hill. Oh, Chad, come on, let's go find this geocache. So Chad's like, fuck, all right, I guess. Chad's like lying on the side of the road.
And I'm like, fuck that. I'm just staying in the van. I'm not going anywhere.
You were done. You were fucking done. So myself, Danny, and Chad, he had the bright idea of walking down the side of the hill, which is very steep and like quite a long way down as well. Like it's actually let me try and explain. So there's the motorway, and then there's the area where we turn off. We're up here on the top of the hill, and we have to get all the way down, cross the road again to find the geocache. Chad's a big fella.
Shit.
Danny's quite agile. I'm holding the camera. I'm not even wearing shoes.
Fuck.
I'm wearing the KFC slides, which are just like these shitty foam slides with my toes exposed. And we had this genius idea of like walking down this steep, dusty, nettle-covered hill to try and find this geocache. Chad's leading the way. We start going down. We get around like a quarter of the way down, and we realize just how fucking far it is and how much of a mission we have ahead of us. But we've already committed to the bit for Chad's vlog. So we keep on making our way down. Chad is like literally falling down the hill most of the way. Like he's sliding on his ass. I'm in a state. Daddy's like trying to save me as I'm like sliding with the fucking camera. We're just making our way through like thorns and bushes. Eventually we come across this huge patch of stinging nettle.
Oh my god, it gets worse.
And Chad's like, guys, this is stinging nettle. We have to be very, very careful. We're like tiptoeing through this field. Chad's legs are like literally cut up. It looks like he fought a bear. He's like bleeding on his legs. He's covered in dust. We stumble down. It's hilarious. You'll see the footage probably. It was really good. It's probably going to come out
down the hill.
in Chad's vlog.
His leg up.
Man, we were just fucked.
The group split up at that point. There was like, you guys went one way, another couple went the other way, like Mitchell and I don't know I can't remember who else it was.
Darcy.
Yeah, Mitchell and Darcy, and then us in the van.
Yeah.
And like while we're waiting to get whatever it's called, RSA or whatever the fuck it is. Like Ryan cancelled the original like request to get us the thing fixed.
Right.
And like he cancelled it because he's like, oh, the car's working again, let's go. And then started driving up the road, and then it fucking goes back into limp mode.
Yeah.
And then we pull over, and then like he's like, fuck, we got to call him quick to get him back here before it takes another like 40 minutes.
You mean call us or call the
no,
guy?
no,
the
the car thing, yeah. And he calls them and they answer, and then the guy just drives right past us back down the hill and just fucks off. So that so it took like another 40 minutes just for them to get back.
No way.
Where did you think we went? Because we kind of just
you just disappeared into the mountains, dude. Like
into the wild.
And didn't you cross the freeway at one point?
Yeah, we had to cross the fucking freeway. It was very dangerous. Like it's a miracle none of us like actually fell down a considerable height and got killed. Like I was concerned for Chad.
Fuck.
But he was like, fuck it. We just kind of went. We eventually get all the way down. We cross. We're all like completely covered in dust. And
you thought it was a great idea, didn't you?
It was fun. It was like quite a fun boys adventure.
Bit of a quest.
We have to cross the freeway, which is highly illegal and dangerous. But we make it. We try and find the geocache on the other side of the hill. We're looking for so long, we just can't fucking find it.
You didn't find it.
We didn't find it. I think someone must have taken it.
Hasn't completed
It's
it
still
yet.
the quest is still
It's
incomplete.
still in the top left of his
it's still in the journal.
It's like 99% progress, bro. I'm pissed. There were no NPCs to help us. So we eventually we're like, okay, look,
You had
this
to
is
go into the
ridiculous.
bushes and spam E.
Yeah. So we give up. We spammed all the bushes, to no avail. And we have to walk along the side of the road again and meet up with Ryan. At some point, the van did get fixed. The guy
Yeah, there was something wrong with like, because I think with whatever it's called, limp mode, I don't know what the fuck it's called, but like it goes into like overheating.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay,
then
that
it
makes
just
sense.
it like caps at a certain speed, so you can't like overheat the engine
To protect
or
the
whatever.
vehicle, yeah.
Yeah, and there was like a screw loose or something that it's supposed. I don't know if it's like if you loosen it, I don't know, whatever. But it was like loose, so it just.
They probably just bumped it during cleaning. And just
I don't
fucked
know.
us.
I reckon they could have undone it because maybe they had to clean the fucking hood or whatever. I don't know.
Who fucking knows?
Who knows? Mystery.
Anyway,
Mystery.
after like a 3-hour ordeal, eventually the van gets up and running. It's now like 5 hours later than what we wanted to be leaving at.
Yikes.
It's like by the time we're actually leaving Adelaide, it's 11. And we're just aware that
That's
we're
horrible.
going to be arriving at 6 in the morning again.
Yeah.
And we buckled up for the drive. I took the first shift. And honestly, the drive home was better. I don't know about you.
Yeah, well, with the clean van, yeah.
Clean van. You were
Yeah.
sinking piss. I was, on tunes all night. It was
At
a nice
one
little
point on the
cruise.
love sack, though, I was like getting mad air. Like, I don't think I ever fucking got as much air in my life. as this.
Was it that bumpy?
No, yeah. It was like fucking, like going 100 Ks on a road with these roads in the middle of nowhere.
Holy
Like the
shit.
fucking
Like,
outback
I
roads.
reckon I got at least like a couple feet high.
Well,
Like,
it's like when me and Fitz were
Yeah,
on
on
the
the
bed in the RV going to fucking Sydney.
yeah,
and-
no,
and-
it was
and our-
literally like that. And
our
I was like,
heads hit
I was
the
like
roof.
in sleeping position and I just levitated.
It's the
like,
worst.
horizontally.
It's the worst.
floating.
Yeah, dude.
Zero
It was so
gravity.
fun though. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
It was
Yeah,
I was like,
it's-
more air, more
It's
air.
fun until you want to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was chill, though. We stopped on the side of the road, smoked some pickle ricks. We had this little pickle rick pipe.
Oh, very cool.
Filled it up with weed. Looked at the,
Do you
looked at the
still have it?
stars. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Have
yeah.
to check
I
it
think-
out.
I
He's
don't
a
know if that-
pickle and also a pipe. It's
I think they
hilarious.
might have broke it last night when they got back.
No.
No.
I think they did.
On the
Yeah.
pickle rick.
I was, like, I was
Pickle
on the
rick.
couch,
Pickle
like
rick
about
pipe.
to pass out, and I heard something break, and I looked, and it looked like a little pipe.
Little
Pickle
pickle,
Rick.
little
Pickle
pickle
Rick
Rick.
just smashed on the ground, bro.
Fuck,
Fucking
dude.
way.
I wanted to smoke out of a pickle Rick pipe.
It was very
God
good.
damn.
Sounds like
And
a mission.
It was a mission. And we got back home today.
Yeah.
This morning at like 6.
6. So
Slept.
we got,
Fuck.
didn't get much sleep, but
No.
I got a decent amount, probably like 5 hours.
We napped. We're chilling. We're here. And we're back on the podcast, back in Melbourne. And it's still fucking boiling. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're all sweating.
Fuck this weather, man. Fuck it.
So that's kind of our week. Just a random trip to Adelaide, me and Mace. It was fun
Yeah.
though. We had a good time.
It
Good
was
time
fun.
in the
It
pool,
was
chilling.
fun.
Would you say it was worth it?
I would have liked to be home and streamed, but
Yeah. There were a couple times where I was like, oh, why the fuck did I come? But
yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was a nice little getaway,
Mm.
as always. You kind of just gotta, just realize, oh, I'm here now. I might as well
Enjoy
make
it.
most of it.
Yeah.
It was good to see Josh. It was great to see the
Yeah,
Raka
just
Raka
meeting
boys.
the other guys was
Yeah,
good.
you know,
Yeah.
it's
Fun hanging out with Chad.
do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Good stuff.
I reckon the
good stuff.
highlight was meeting Raka Raka. They're a pair.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the
they-
first time you
Yeah.
met
Yeah,
them?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, good boys. They should be coming back up to Melbourne, or at least Danny should be coming up soon. So maybe we'll
Yeah.
get him on the podcast and hear the full
One of
story.
them was actually like he had to go somewhere like the next day, and he just started up the bath in our room,
What?
and, like just turned on the bath. And he's like, I'm gonna have a bath, and because he needed to sober up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chad walks in like with a fucking big bottle of wine from the room, and just starts shaking it, sprays it all over him while he's just in the
Oh,
bath.
that's fast.
It's just like what
Yeah.
the fuck.
Holy shit.
Very
Funny
good.
though, funny.
It's an
Yeah.
Adelaide adventure.
That's our Adelaide
Whenever you
adventure.
guys go to another, like across state borders, you always get nervous that there's going to be a fucking outbreak and then everything's going to shut
Yeah.
down and you guys are going to be stranded.
It was like
Fuck.
Adelaide's even. It felt even better than here. You don't wear masks at all. In
Apparently, Adelaide barely had COVID hit it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It's just, the thing is they take it so seriously that all it takes is like one case, 3
Yeah.
cases, and then they're like, yeah, nah, 2 weeks, we'll shut it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, but no, we're chilling. It's
Fun
it's such a blessing to like go to a place and it feels like COVID doesn't exist at all. It's nice.
Yeah.
And Melbourne's still doing okay too. So
Melbourne's
We
doing
are, we're
great,
doing really
dude.
good.
It's
Really
been,
good.
what, 18 days since any local transmission?
Mhm.
Remember when it spiked up again a little bit and then everyone was like,
Yeah.
third wave, third wave, and then it was like, no.
yeah, we're on high
Oh, I
alert.
walked past the quarantine hotel.
Yeah,
That was
I
so
saw the
weird.
snaps.
Yeah, I was like
Oh,
walking
yeah.
by and I saw there was like a bunch of cops and shit was roped off. I'm like, am I not allowed to go over there? They're like, no, you just go around the ropes. I was like, okay, what is this all for? He's like, oh, we have a new case coming in from the airport today. This is like the quarantine hotel. Like right as he said that, you see some chick walk out with like the full face mask, the gown, and all that shit.
You just see
Holy
a
shit.
But it was
suitcase
like,
there.
Matt just starts holding his breath.
I did. When I walked past again, I fucking like held my breath. But
That's what
it's
that's
crazy
what
how
I-
much people they have there just for like one person coming in from the airport. It was like the whole road was shut down. They had like 20 cops and everything. It's fucking nuts.
Well, fuck. I mean, better safe than sorry. Yeah, we do not
Yeah,
want it
sure.
here again.
Yeah,
Keep
no,
that shit
fuck
down.
that.
Way.
It was
no
so
way.
bad at the beginning, like
Yeah.
the way they just weren't keeping people in hotels.
And now they don't fuck around.
Well,
Jesus.
it's like they were keeping people in hotels early. It's just that the fucking private security they hired
yeah.
like would get sick because they would fuck people in the hotel, and then they would get sick with COVID, and they'd be like, "Oh, I want to go to Macca's for a lunch break," and they'd fucking spread it
me,
to like
man.
20 people, and
Yeah.
then go back, be like, "Ah, I'm fine."
Bro, you can't make that shit up. What the fuck?
Nah, dude.
That legit.
Oh,
sounds-
what
Dirty
about,
Rooter.
what about on the trip where those guys were talking about me?
Oh yeah. Well, one of the we shouldn't get too much into it, but we went to a bunch of breweries with Chad, which was part of like his personal reason for going to Adelaide. Check out
Yeah.
a bunch of breweries for an unknown reason. And while we were there, a couple boys recognized Mason, and I didn't even know they knew who you were, but I was taking a shit in the
Yeah.
stall, and all of a sudden there's three boys walk in. And he's like, "Oi, that Zuckle's in there. That Zuckle's in there, bro. I used to watch him when I was like 17,
How
bro."
you going, mate? And he's like, yeah, good man. Fucking, how's it going? I was like, yeah.
It's so funny. Like we have people come up to us all the time, but I've never heard people fanboy without realizing that I was listening. You know,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
hearing them talk about you.
That's
Like,
Like they just don't know that you're just in there taking a shit. Like,
Yeah, like, you
then
walk out.
I walked out when the guy who was gushing was washing his hands, and I just saw him look like, it's pretty funny.
funny as.
He's oh, he's got so many subs, bro. It was good. What happened in Melbourne while we were gone? Matt, you've moved
Yeah.
apartments.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
finally moving to a house now.
Yeah.
I lived in the apartment in the city, and you had like the nice view and everything. I'm like, oh, this is so sick.
Mhm.
But now I'm just fucking over it. I'm like, yeah, I hate this shit. I want to get a house.
Want a
Some
garage,
quiet
want a
was,
lawn.
what was
Yeah.
like the biggest reason for moving? Was it space?
space and just like noise. I don't have to worry about noise.
Yeah.
Or keep it
Yeah.
quiet at
The
night.
Also-
wind fucking rattling would
Bro,
would
it would
freak me
fucking
out.
like fucking sway the building and shit.
Some of the videos you
Fucked.
sent were scary, man. Like when
Yeah.
it's a windy day or some shit.
Fuck.
Fuck
It kept
that.
scaring away all the private escorts he was hiring. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Like, you know, they
swaying
prefer a
through
ground level fucking.
Crazy.
What do you reckon you'll miss about the apartment? The view?
Yeah, maybe the sunsets. The view is
Yeah.
nice when you see like the sunset, but like honestly, no, I'm like
Yeah,
so
it's just an
excited just to
upgrade.
fucking move out tomorrow.
I was
Sweet.
having
Like
to
a
get like
proper house
Uber
now.
Eats and then bringing that up. Like,
Oh yeah, that too. You have to fucking like go downstairs. I remember when
Fuck
the
that.
like the
Yeah.
lockdown first happened.
yeah.
They put like a little sign on the glass door. They're like, no, delivery drivers can't come in and like bring the food up to you.
You
And
have
I
to
was like,
go
bro,
out.
I swear to God, I'm gonna rip that sign down. Sure enough, like within 24 hours, someone else did. They ripped it.
Yeah.
I will endanger the lives of everybody else here.
Goddamn right.
Just so I
For
can get my
Macca's.
Just for my
Uber Eats come
Macca's,
up to me.
Hey, someone else ripped the sign down, not me.
God damn.
When I lived in apartments, I always went down to meet them. I was like, I don't want them to get lost in the apartment. I don't want them
Yeah.
to come up here.
You just wanted to meet them. Just,
I just,
oh, hey.
I want to shake their hand, you know, maybe spit on my hand first, you know, just
Yeah.
exchange some germs.
You're on
Yeah.
life. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's just how I personally roll. I don't know.
Yeah,
So I
it's
go,
gotta
what
be-
happened with you, bro? You've been streaming?
I've just been streaming, dude. I've been streaming on that epic SMP like 8 to 13 hours a day for like the
Jesus
last
Christ.
6 or 7 days.
just cracked up being an
Ow.
engineer.
It's fucking. The only reason like I can stream because like my whole thing was like once gamer subs for one.
Code
Misfits.
Code Misfits, gamersubs.gg. We recently got a new flavor, but we were not going to divulge. It's super top secret. Toby's drinking it right now.
It's delicious.
It's
First time
fucking
trying
incredible. It is the best flavor, and that'll be unveiled
It actually
sometime
is
soon.
so good.
But yeah, a cup of gamer subs, and I go for like 8 hours pretty easily.
Well,
But
in bed?
dude, doing anything at all.
8 hours.
It's scientifically
Even sleeping?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
actually,
not that one,
I
not that
saw
one.
that, dude.
Not that one.
No,
I got him.
maybe if you drink a lot early in the day, you'll go to sleep pretty easy.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just addicted to Minecraft, dude. I'm addicted to that new mod they have, like all the people that are on
What
the
is
server.
that you're playing? Is that like Tekkit or some
It's
shit?
called
The
it's
fuck is
called
that?
Create. So it's like you have like engines like
like windmills and shit, right?
yeah, there's windmills, water wheels, industrial engines with flywheels, like all these different methods of generating power, and then you attach like shafts and gearboxes to it, so like it turns, and you can make all these different automatic machines. And so like the first 2 or 3 days, I was like trying to figure out, well, how does this all work?
And then when I understood the fundamentals, I was like, oh, this is really easy. And then I started building like crazy shit on the server. Like I made a giant drill machine that'll just drill out diamond level. I took that cobblestone and I had to go through 3 crushing wheels to make lime sand. And then I built this giant wall using this thing called the schematic cannon that shoots blocks. I feel like such a dork explaining all this shit on the podcast.
Not everyone's played Minecraft.
But dude, I'm so into this mine. I'm like making all these little machines. I made a fucking train. Made the whole train system. I did a whole rail around.
Did a whole rail on stream?
Yeah, gamer subs.
Fucking hell.
This entire like highway I built around the server, connecting a bunch of like different parts, and then I made a paving machine that laid down like a 9x1 row, and it just had to go all